myself to the edge, not in a good way. Been testing myself by the worst. I've been pushing my mind to the most. I've been loving the people around me, but I'm so paranoid, so paranoid, yeah.
I can feel it somewhere inside, haunting like a drug I keep on wanting. There's a love that fits so perfect it's hard to believe. There's a reason I can feel my heart stop beating, and the air gets tough just breathing. I'm alone but I'm still feeling like someone's with me. It's strange, I know, but I feel like you're here with me, like chasing ghosts. I know you're out there.
Yay!
Awesome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm super excited. I had a cup of coffee today.
I did too.
What do I know?
I did early this morning, like hours ago. Probably
Hey,
wore off.
everybody. I am
I did
Abe
not.
Nadimi, reporting here from the Kinetic Thunderdome. That's what I think we decided to name this
I
fucking
don't
crazy
even
shit we have
understand
going on
that.
here.
Well, I mean,
Today's topic is going to be about rejuvenation, right? Which I think it's appropriate that some of us are considering coffee as part of our rejuvenation schedule, right?
I feel like that's not a strong enough word for what coffee is in my life. Like,
It's a
rejuvenation
necessity.
implies something like you could do without, but you should have. No,
Yes.
it's like,
no. It's a straight addiction.
This is
Yes.
anti-murder juice.
Like
Anti-murder juice.
Yeah. The
Anti-murder juice.
the term that we used
What
to
went
use
grave?
as baristas was we're the morning dope dealers.
The what?
The morning dope dealers. Well, I want to get back on that one. I have
It's a legal drug.
question on that one. So my mic's not working. Y'all take it away.
Okay.
Well, Janny can introduce herself.
Oh yeah, I'm Jannica Morton.
Emily Francis.
Steven Ellis.
Yay! So,
Definitely needs coffee.
Negative
As
coffee mood.
Abe alluded to, or someone alluded to, we're talking
I'm
about
alluding to.
rejuvenation today, and it's part of our daily
All
kinetic
right.
wealth spiel. So I think at this point is when Janny usually talks through what rejuvenation means and what the wealth wheel is.
Our wealth wheel is all about creating a life of wealth, which we define as resources, property, possessions, and energy.
It's not energy. Energy's
It
a
can be.
resource.
It is for me.
Wait, but if you're
But wealth,
hold
that's
on, if
still
you're
a
building wealth, you
Listen,
are collecting resources.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm also saying, let's say what the dictionary says and then
But-
why we.
Okay, so property, possessions, and resources. How is property and possessions not part of resources? Resources covers property and possessions.
And all of that is God. So let's just say
Well,
wealth
if
is
we
God.
have to follow
and
the
God
dictionary.
is love, so wealth is love, and let's go home.
Hey, I didn't
I'm
say
just saying, I
Senioritis,
just
I won't fight it. I'm already halfway to the door.
I'm just saying
Dang it, my tray doesn't fit.
the dictionary
guess
says
I'll
it's those
stay.
three things. We have defined resources as energy, which and couches and whatever else you want to throw in there, because that's what
said
people are
nothing about
using to
couches.
build their life.
Okay, anyways, we have these 10 resources that we believe people need to have a full optimal life. And one of them is defined as, is this rejuvenates under hobbies or fun? Totally forgot. It's under fun.
Fun.
So,
I put the FU in fun.
you totally did. So, we really feel that it's imperative for all of us to take a break and refill our soul, charge our batteries, whatever that means, whether it's something fun and crazy or whether it's sleeping in a hammock or reading a book or studying, whatever it is to you. So today that's what we're talking about. So let's start with Abe because he never answers this question. He always starts with everyone else. What do you do to rejuvenate?
And don't say work.
Yeah, that does not count.
I'm so offended by this attack on me.
Well, deal with
No,
it.
it's not so much an attack as you put a lot of energy out into the world. And now this is the rebound.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're responding to
recoil.
all the stuff that you
Yeah.
have been talking about.
We just listen to you when you talk and are here to
So,
support you.
so what I do for rejuvenation is, man, I think when I'm run down and I'm kind of really tired, I do like to watch TV. And I actually like to kind of watch mindless TV at that point. So I do like watching documentaries a lot, but there's a lot of times where I'm like, need to turn off the brain and
Is
watch
that when
something
you watch,
different.
Like Super Bad or whatever that stupid
That's
show
such a
is?
good movie.
Superbad is
See, this is why she fits in.
Superbad is hilarious. And
Yeah,
you
what-
laugh
Oh
your
my god, he
ass
kicks
off
through the
watching it.
windshield. Ah.
Superbad isn't mindless TV. Reality TV is mindless TV.
Yes.
No.
If it's got a Kardashian on it, it's mine.
Definitely not watching that.
I mean, but you gotta define this. Otherwise, we're gonna say that you're watching Kardashians.
I've never even
Right.
seen any of the Kardashian stuff.
So we had my boy Rick hop on. I think he's already hopped off. We're not exciting enough for him to stay around, but that's okay. I'll send him a text message and tell him that later. So anyways, like I said, I like watching some TV. I like, I don't know.
Do you take naps? Like,
I do take naps when
There
if
you
I'm tired,
go.
but I don't really think that's the rejuvenation thing.
but do you
Rejuvenate.
feel more rested and rejuvenated when you wake up?
Well, yes, of course, but
Then there you go.
that's not what I really call rejuvenation here. This is actually something we learned from Carson, which was a very targeted, intentional relaxation to rejuvenate, not just go to sleep, right? And So another thing for me is that sometimes I just won't work on a weekend, or I won't work on a weekend day at all. Like literally won't open a computer, really don't deal with emails, and spend time with family, spend time just not doing anything.
Yeah.
On Saturday, I think I watched 4 to 5 episodes of the F1 show that's on Netflix right now. Season 1 of Formula One is called F1.
Oh.
It's really awesome. It's like 45-minute segments, and they show what's going on in the Formula One world for 20. I think it was 20.
That's car stuff.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would like it anyways. My brother had a good point. He sent that message to my whole family little group on WhatsApp. He's like, even if you don't like cars, you know, you're not a race fan, it's just really awesome because like the footage is awesome, the stories, because there's someone behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So it's not just
See, that's the
watching
part
cars.
I find interesting. It's the part where, I mean, technically I'm watching Formula One right now because the highway's right there.
It's not quite the same, but
There's
sure.
way more wrecks though, and everybody knows that's
Yeah.
what they're really watching for.
I love the quote. Hey, Sab, how are you? Good to see you. He goes, I spoke to someone recently that used your ideologies on rejuvenation. His name is Thanos. He did what he had to do. He's half these figures, and now he's been rejuvenating on his farm. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
You know, funny enough though, the whole like snap thing and like turning off a lot of stuff during the weekend is just, it's so helpful.
It's healthy.
But what's funny about that is, so previous conversation where I was talking about managing relationships for like tribe.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of people who they still live in the 9 to 5 set. So their rejuvenation time is the weekend, which is where I usually snap all my electronics and turn everything off. They're like, how come I couldn't get to you? I'm like, because I was doing me things.
Yeah.
Because during the week I do business and work, and sometimes that goes from Saturday until Saturday.
Right.
And just like explaining that to people. I've had so many people get mad at me for that.
Really?
Yeah. And then I told them, I was like, I've actually been like this since I was 8 years old. So like, give it 6 more months, you'll keep being mad, and then you'll leave. And then we'll move on.
So what I loved growing up was growing up as Seventh-day Adventist, having Sabbath as like that day where we did nothing, which I hated as a child, but I also
Oh yeah, no.
I also loved it
I
because
still personally observe it. I just
Yes.
don't go to church.
yes,
like-
because there's like this need to just nothing.
Yeah,
And
no.
when I do observe it and am consistent, I'm way healthier, I'm more productive, the whole bit.
Church attendance would have been much easier for me had the whole thing started at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, of course.
But
Yeah.
my version of that is like, I wake up when I want to, I eat tacos when I want to, I play video games when I want to, I think about nothing, and that is Saturday.
Yes. Well, and that's what Sabbath means. It's to it's to rejuvenate, but I don't know
Yeah.
what the actual definition is, but it's to refill yourself, to
Yeah.
replenish yourself.
And it doesn't matter what day
Worship.
you take, because you just take one day where that is just, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I think one thing that we do here is, I guess to me that question has always been a little bit difficult because I do incorporate it into my day and my week more often. So there'll be some times here that I'm like, I gotta go lay down on the couch, or I need to take a walk, or I need a long lunch. And so I'll just kind of work it into my day. I try not to get where if I feel my energy is really low, I'll just cut it off and go do something else because I think that becomes really unproductive.
Well, and I think a lot of it is you end up your back gets hurt when you don't take breaks and intentionally rejuvenate.
I'm a high performance machine. Like,
No, you're
I
not.
got a pit
Because if
stop.
you were, you wouldn't hurt yourself every what is it, 2 months? It's like seems to be every 2 months your back goes out.
well,
Like,
don't say that because 2 months it'll be coming up here really soon.
No, you just had one. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
March. I just had it in March where I couldn't
So we
walk.
have until May. So between now and May, take the time to take care of yourself.
Yes. So back on Twitch, it's Stephen. Dare I say, perfectly balanced. So do you think this is a balancing act?
What's about it?
Well, the word balance is used. It's not work-life harmony. I think that would probably have been a better word.
So a lot of it is just, it's addressing the general concept that a lot of people are not able to do work that they actually want to do.
Right.
And
Look,
so,
hey guys, look, I love you guys so much.
oh look, there's coffee coming.
Yeah,
Now we came back to
we all love you. Thank you so
you,
much.
Evan.
We're on live.
No.
What's what? Cream is for Jannica, black is for
Yes.
Robert and Steven.
Heaven, you're still like my favorite person.
Wait, you need one more black?
Yes.
Two, yes.
It's hot, be careful.
Okay,
Thank
Thank
you.
I'll be
you.
right back
You're
then.
amazing.
Is this?
But yeah, so
So hold on, on Twitch. So we're talking about perfectly balanced, and then he says, "Some feel that the Mind Stone is the key to a clear mind."
I mean, honestly,
And her back can be fixed by the Reality Stone. So I totally agree. This is,
yeah.
and I love that
We just
movie.
need to put you into Avenger world.
I just need Thanos to like fix me up.
I mean, because it's gonna work one way or the other. Either you're snapped out of existence and you don't have any more pain, or
Oh.
you have all of the stones. You can fix whatever you need.
I like it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, going back to the balance. Do you think balance is the right word?
Yeah, well, yes, balance, but most people don't realize that balance is not a fixed point, right? Balance is what balance means to each person.
Yes.
So my version of balance could be 75% work and 25% not. Somebody else's version of balance might be 75% not work and 25% work.
Sure.
Whatever work means to them.
Right.
So the weird part that we've seen, especially in the last, like I would say maybe 5 to 6 years, is everyone has, general population's stability of, and like work living conditions have improved. So everyone now has more time to find other things. And what people have started finding are these cult of ideas that they want to attach themselves to, because like now you have free time to contemplate the fact that you don't have meaning. So everyone's like, I need work-life balance now. And it's like, what were you doing before? Okay.
So
Working myself into.
I think the
really
word
great,
we should be
obviously.
looking for is harmony.
Yes.
So harmony, the definition, one of the definitions, the quality of forming a pleasing and consistent whole.
Yeah.
Thank
Say
you,
that
Heaven.
again?
Heaven Lilith right here. Thank you.
Thank
Just
you.
the industrious way.
Ah.
Taking care of our members.
Yeah. Strike Industrials from, we haven't got sponsored by them, so we definitely don't talk
So
about it.
what,
Leave her
what was
out.
the definition you were reading?
Harmony, the quality of forming a pleasing and consistent whole. I think we should be talking about work-life harmony, not work-life balance, because balance literally means balance.
Yeah.
I don't like the word balance.
And also balance is zero sum.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's hard to add. It's hard to unless you have infinite resources. It's hard to be additive when it comes to balance, because then, like, if you think about it, balancing work and life means that for every piece of life that you had, you now have to add work.
Yes, of course. You have to achieve balance, equal sides.
Which is actually how it usually goes if you're like a semi-responsible person. Because like think about taking a vacation. It's fun, right? It's a lot of work to get to the vacation.
Yes, it is.
You have to prep. You have to like figure out how you're going to pay for the thing. You have to figure out what's
Did
going
you
to
know?
happen
Did you know if I travel more than usually 3 days, I start getting anxiety on the 4th day?
Really?
Oh, this
Yeah.
is going to be awesome.
You're
Why?
gonna be trapped in Italy.
Because I like my life here. I love what I'm doing here. So when I'm somewhere else, unless I'm constantly staying busy, right? Then I'm like, if I'm sitting around for very long, I'm like, but I want to get back to my office. I want to get back to my tribe. I want to get back to my core people. I want to
That's
get back.
interesting.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm like, wherever I am is where that's happening.
Yes, me
Yeah.
So like, if I'm in New York,
Yeah, but
everything
you
is
don't have
moved there.
kids. For
too. I
me,
do. I have 4 of them.
that's your opinion, and I have a different. I have a
Your
different
opinion
opinion.
is that you have 4 kids.
No, I mean you have an opinion on the situation. I have a different one.
That
I
is-
have a different
that is true.
paradigm. So when I am out with kids on day number 4, it's like get up at the hotel, go down and eat $90 fucking shitty continental breakfast, walk around, find somewhere to eat.
Sounds like you
it's
don't know
a-
how to vacation, is what I'm hearing.
No, it's- I
Man,
don't. Maybe I
wouldn't
don't.
want to go on that trip.
yeah, like for me, it's definitely the.
I like this one here. Pro tip to Abe: do trips on the daylight saving time start, or on the day the daylight saving start. You gain an extra hour before your anxiety kicks in. That's fucking great. I love that. That's true. I like that.
Yeah, we should thumbs up that one.
Very much. I mean, I guess for
Shouldn't
me,
we do the other way too? And also on when it ends, daylight when it falls
Yeah.
back.
I mean, yeah.
My dad lost the day he turned 21. He lost that day because he was going from here to Vietnam on a boat.
Oh, so you crossed the.
Yeah, or was
Right.
it coming back? One of the ways, yeah, he lost his 21st birthday.
Huh.
So how does that even work? Like, when do you get to celebrate it?
so he probably still is not actually legally able to drink or anything.
He's still 20.
Time is a figment of his imagination.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my thing with rejuvenation. I incorporate it into all parts of my day, and I think it makes a huge difference when I can do that versus when I have to just consistently roll
So
work, especially when deadlines. So if we've got deadline after deadline after deadline, like we recently have on proposals and whatnot, those get really tiring because those, I don't fail a deadline. Like that's actually the only time I actually get any work done is like when there's a deadline.
You're very deadline driven.
If I have a deadline, like I can get some amazing stuff done. What's up? This is my boy here, Jannica. Jannica is fucking killing it in Houston, by the way, and I believe Florida. Am I right? Put in a little comment there on real estate investing. So, love that conversation to have with you here soon. If we can figure out a way to like.
We need to go down there and do rejuvenation.
Well, we're supposed to work.
Wow.
Yeah, actually we work with Jannica, but yes, absolutely.
See, combine the two.
So here's I'm gonna throw something controversial out there.
I like controversial.
High stress rejuvenation.
What?
Oh,
Okay, so like skydiving.
rock climbing, hanging around with you all day.
Skydiving, rock climbing, for me it's competitive gaming.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like whenever I'm like super stressed out from doing all the other random life stuff, then what I want to do is check out and just do something that's
Because that requires
highly engaging but also highly stressful.
It requires serious flow and serious concentration,
Yes.
and you just have to be there.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. That was so when we were working at the drop zone, and it was constant. Like we got there really early in the morning, like 7 maybe 6 or 7, and we went until 10 o'clock at night during the summer because sundown and whatever, going until the last jump, the last load. That was constant high stress, and training people and dealing with emotions and all of that. And we had just Mondays off.
Because the other half of that is when you do something like that, like everything gets focused in and then you stop and it
Yes,
relaxes.
Like a bubble.
Yeah.
Yes, that graying thing. Yeah, that's
Which is-
exactly what it was.
Which is, now I think most people that live around me know this. If you want to piss me off, wait until had the most stress possible, and then suggest that the activity that's going to happen is sit down and watch TV.
Oh.
Because then you just sit there with your brain spinning.
I will want to strangle someone in about an hour.
Okay, well
I'm
that
the
kind of goes
same.
back to why I can't take more than 3 or 4 days off, as of right now. I have
Okay.
too
No,
much
you're
going
just
on in my
crazy.
mind, so.
Yeah, because for me, I just haven't been able to do that like exercise where it's like compressed, focused, and then de-stressed. And I'm like, oh yeah, then I can watch TV. It's fine.
No, I can't even watch TV. My way of de-stressing from something that's where I'm constant stress is I have to, probably the best thing for me is reading a book. Because then my brain is engaged and I can get lost in the story. And it has to be a story, not
A fiction book.
it has to be a fiction book. And then, but the problem with that is that turns into binge, which means no one eats, I don't take a shower, I do nothing. I don't care if the world falls down. I'm going to read all 20 books in the series.
The series will be completed.
Yes. Oh, it's happened.
Scary.
I have a lot of them on my shelf.
So let's go back to why is this so important from a business profitability perspective?
When you take time to just clear your brain and refresh and give yourself that space, all of a sudden all the creativity in the world comes in. You're able to get answers really quick. You're able to think through new ideas. You're able to hyper focus and get shit done. That's why people who take routine vacations and breaks are so much more productive than people who just work their asses off all the time.
Which
I think
basically
Bill
means,
Gates has a sabbatical, right, that he's done for a long time. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So which basically means the secret to happiness is still being rich, so
Yes.
that you can take all the vacations.
Literally, that's
always
actually what I
is.
thought right there was like when I would get to a point where this business is self-sustaining and creating its own profit, then I think that would make total sense. And I probably should be a lot less anxious about it as
Oh, yeah,
we
of
start to go out. Because I'm like, okay, we're good. You know.
You think you might be ancient. Might be.
I don't know. I
know.
would love. I can't wait to get there, and I will let you know when I'm
Exactly.
in Alaska over here. This is a good idea. Pro tip number 2 for me is to.
Ew, it's cold there.
If you're told to get your work done by the end of the day, just move to Alaska. There's a six month daylight time.
Plus the
Yeah,
mosquitoes
yeah.
are like the size of birds. So
In Alaska?
Yeah.
Holy. Why?
Because it's all healthy and there's no poison anywhere to kill them off
Oh,
like
that's very
here.
So no, yeah. To piggyback onto what you're saying, there's actually you actually have a brain battery in a sense, and you have to recharge it. So that's why sleep is so important. And I think if you listen to even the mega hustler guys like Grant Cardone and Gary Vee, they talk about sleep and they talk about the importance of it and how they take and sleep. Mark Cuban talks about like when I'm tired, I'll take a nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah, but they also could stand to highlight that more, if that
Yes.
makes sense.
Why? Because they're so successful?
No, because they still are curating everything that they put out to seem like they're constantly active, which is what they're doing is they're representing the activity of multiple people. And I don't think that gets talked enough about in the whole like hustle life thing, where it's like you are able to look this productive because you have this many people working for you.
How did he get that many people working for him?
By being
Hyper-productive.
time. It's the time factor. Like Gary does it a little bit. The other guys not so much. They don't talk about the time factor. Like no one talks about the 3 to 5 years it takes to develop the platform to then be able to have the people.
Everybody talks about 10 years.
Well, yeah, because that's his story. Just sometimes, like once the popularity hits, then
It magically happens somehow for
it's
sure.
all about all the things
All
that
I
are
said
happening.
was that they also talk about in support of sleep.
Yes.
So I think what would be important here is to make sure that is what we're talking about, is that the sleep part is that it actually helps drive your business. It actually makes you more productive.
Well, and I've been studying a lot lately on when you really should sleep. And our bodies are naturally healing, everyone's are, from 10 p.m. until 2 a.m. There's a circadian rhythm, and there's something else where that's how your body heals. So those people who stay up until 2 and then go to sleep, their bodies aren't getting that healing time.
That makes sense.
It has something to do with the earth and the planets and the moon and all that shit that happens, the way it all lines up with the energy between 10 and 2.
You know, I would really be. Oh yeah, the whole like more.
That's Ayurvedic, right?
That's something to do with that, yes.
Yeah.
I'd be, this is not from a like scientific perspective, just more of a curiosity thing. I'd really like to see what would happen to the world if we could keep the conditions the same but just move the moon. Like, what does that do to
What?
the
Do
humans?
what? Move what?
Get rid of the moon, but keep the tides and everything else in place so we don't have catastrophic climate alterations. But what would happen if you break that cycle of there being something reflecting light? How do humans change?
I don't know. That requires brains. I don't have enough coffee.
Well, yeah, it's not even a thought experiment, it's just an idea. I'm just like, how would that work?
I love this comment on Twitch about our jobs and our ages. I'm 26. Delivery pizza.
just mad
Delivery
that
driver
Jenny's
at pizza
younger
store and
than me
also
now.
qualified as a personal trainer.
What
I've been
is
talking about my physique recently. I think it's amazing. Thank you.
Oh,
for
I'm a
acknowledging that.
psychology student who works at McDonald's?
And you're my sister. You're a
That's
psychology student and works at McDonald's part-time. It's a good job.
Okay, I'm 20. That's hilarious.
Okay, that's actually interesting because all of these are jobs, okay, and these are all 9 to 5 jobs.
I would
that you
happily go
wouldn't-
to Starbucks, thank you very much.
that you couldn't control, okay. So then, what would you do inside of each one of those to rejuvenate?
Inside of McDonald's, well, I would go play in the play area.
I would be
Except
surrounded
for
by
it doesn't
coffee,
exist
therefore you
anymore.
would all come see me constantly.
This is true.
So I would win
Okay,
at life.
you're Annie's husband, you're her husband, your name is Sebastian, you're a guitar tutor and a record store manager. Go for it, Sebastian. What would you do to rejuvenate?
What am I doing again?
What do you do?
Guitar
just told
tutor.
you.
Oh, guitar tutor record. Oh my god. First of all, I quit
That doesn't count. You can't say that.
You can't quit life.
because both.
You have to keep the job.
Okay, the record store manager piece,
This is funny.
I kind of have some experience with that whole building the
Right.
groundworks music thing. So I guess that would make sense. My rejuvenation then would be creative outlet. So writing. I would want to then share the experiences and finds and discoveries that I was having there. I would still quit the tutoring thing because oh my god, I can't teach people. But yeah, that I would definitely be going back into the blogging mode, writing about all the different bands, being really plugged into my local scene, that kind of stuff. That would be my rejuvenation.
So mine is I'm a delivery driver at a pizza store and also qualified personal trainer.
You'd eat all the pizza.
Oh God, I love pizza.
Well, yeah, you'd be personal training and working out. You could eat all the pizza you wanted.
It's true. But that's not the point. The
Your
point is
cholesterol
what would I be
3
doing?
billion.
And that one is Eva.
You're Eva, and you're 13. Do not encourage her.
I know. So, I think right here, so I'm driving in the car a lot, right? I have a lot of my own time, right? And I think if I was getting worn out, something that I would do, I think it's easy in the case of a car to just pull over to a nice park, put the chair back, open the windows if the weather's nice, put on some music, and just chill out for a moment. That's an easy way to take a break from if you're constantly driving around. Just take a freaking break and stop. So that's probably something I would do. I would probably also the gym thing. I would imagine I'd have access to a pool and or sauna. I enjoy sitting in a sauna.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. So
You
sometimes,
like summer.
I
Sometimes
love
I like-
summer. I can't stand being confined in a hot little boxy room, no
it's
windows.
very
no
opinionated,
nothing.
right? Like all the. Well, I like that,
You
but this,
die,
but this,
people
but that.
die in those things. Do you ever watch murder shows? People always get stabbed in those, in the towels.
Oh my
True.
God.
So I think
True,
really what
true,
it
true.
is you're afraid of being stabbed while wearing a towel. It has nothing to do with the sauna.
That's true.
You're
Yeah.
afraid of being
Fucking
stabbed.
A.
You know,
That too.
this is the show that I want someone to do. I want someone to do a real life like murder crime show, right? But I want them to get the stereotypes correct for why people are getting killed.
Okay.
Because
Explain.
most of the time, like for instance, a whole lot of like Criminal Minds and like everything else, like they're pulling from real world files in some cases. Okay?
Yes.
But most of the perpetrators are white and most of the victims are white. And sometimes it just seems like dumb shit is happening that I don't see like brown people doing. Like I want to see the show where they're like, hey, there's a weird dude that's got like a knife, and then the black guy's like, I gotta go and check my laundry, and then like he leaves and the other people get stabbed. Like that would, and then they bring him in. They're like, okay, why were you the only person? He's like, would you stay if you saw someone? Like just having that conversation.
Okay, first of all, I was
would be
being
awesome.
realistic. He would have been arrested because obviously he somehow
but
did it despite
yes,
not being there.
He's the one that gets arrested because he's the only survivor, but he's not there because
He was the only
left.
black guy.
Exactly.
Obviously.
See, this is already good TV.
I like it. This was some great. This was,
Fast food and soda?
Also,
Ew.
if you get chased by a dinosaur or some monster, can someone start zigzagging? I know it's a harder camera shot, but like running straight away is
Right.
going to get you killed every single time.
you talking about when there's a guy behind you with a gun?
Or no, just like
Guy,
being chased by like
something
anyone.
with a knife,
I-
T-Rex,
I-
like do whatever.
T-Rex.
Yeah,
I-
watch every single Jurassic Park. They run away from the T-Rex, and he's just like, oh, lighting that up.
By the way, we know dinosaurs are extinct. A 4-year-old? It took us a long time to convince Issa that there was no chance a T-Rex would come down the street. He's like, but what if a dinosaur gets me? Like, what if a pterodactyl flies down?
Okay, I'm sorry.
I thought
As
that
a
was
child care
awesome.
experience
Mhm.
person, you should have said, the dinosaurs only come get little boys who don't clean their rooms.
See, she's a genius.
Oh.
If your room is
Oh.
clean, they can't find you. God, they'll just let anyone have kids now.
Okay, we have a
Okay.
question.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
What is everyone's favorite fast food and soda? Scarlett can answer too, by the way, as well as everyone in the chat. I'd like to be inclusive. Scarlett, what's your favorite fast,
Fast
food?
food. Huh.
My favorite fast food would be Chick-fil-A since there's ice cream.
Chick-fil-A. Okay. How do you
That's
spell
solid.
Chick-fil-A?
C-H-I-K.
Chick?
Yeah.
Pho?
Phil.
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 Okay.
F-I.
Fast food. That's hard. It depends. It really depends on like mood and people. Pizza is my number one fast food.
Pizza. Does pizza count as a fast food?
Yeah, it's.
So I don't know. I was gonna ask, like, if pizza would count as a fast food.
I mean, I've got like 5 different levels of pizza.
Are we
though, right?
saying like franchise chain restaurant
Well, that's
where
what
you
I
can
was
go through a
thinking.
drive-through?
Well,
Drive-through.
let's ask the
Does
question.
it have a drive-through? I think that. for
Does
this
it
sake, could be
need
the-
to have a drive-through?
Also, occur to be people in other places might not have drive-throughs. I don't know.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's a really.
Yeah,
We've got another vote for Chick-fil-A.
Another
For who, you?
Chick-fil-A?
No, from Humza.
Oh, Hamza? Okay. Okay, so I would say, I would go for the pizza. I think you nailed
I
it.
don't think pizza counts. What drive-through has pizza?
Pizza Hut. Plus, not to mention, you can get Pizza Hut.
Does that count as pizza?
Hold on, you can. Well, okay, snob.
Well, I'm asking.
Fucking pizza is good.
I mean, cause like.
But hold on. You can get Pizza Hut in gas stations now. You know how they have those little boxes?
Okay.
Okay, I guess.
Okay.
I don't eat food.
Okay,
Yeah.
but your
I was-
pizza that you can get has to be Pizza Hut from a gas station.
Listen,
Is
snobby
that
girl,
the
we are
pizza
talking
you
about
want?
fast food here.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, in
We're
that
not
case, I
talking
want the sushi that's ready to go at freaking Whole Foods. That's my fast
faster
food.
than pizza.
Actually,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I mean that's a valid point.
Okay. P-Terry's.
Yeah, so he's agreeing. Fast food, Domino's is fast food, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't even know how people eat that.
Okay, Domino's is good too.
With soda.
You don't
While
like
gaming.
pizza, you have no vote.
I
here.
like
No
Carne
voice.
Rosso and like fancy expensive pizza.
All right, anyways.
I mean, I do
I would
too.
say
But
Canada Ross is not that good. It disappointed me that one day that we went there.
It is disappointing when you don't get the bacon marmalade.
Yeah, well,
You've
I
made
have
your
to agree with
choices.
that.
oh my god.
You
Okay.
just sleep in your bacon marmalade free life, and I'll be over here
So I will
getting
have,
fat and happy.
I have to throw that out there. There is a better place than In-N-Out. It's,
oh yeah.
Anywhere.
What?
it's in Austin. It's,
What?
It's called P-Terry's.
Okay, I don't live there.
Ooh.
Where's that? Do
It-
they have the like the whole animal style thing?
I don't even know because like I never see the burger longer than like 30 seconds.
But see, that's the
Like,
problem.
Hour
I just
long.
inhale it.
Now that I'm a vegetarian, fast food just sucks because you're limited to
that's
French fries.
Very true.
Or like Mexican food if the place doesn't
But-
let
You
you
can have the
Okay, so we have a
sandwich at
constraint
In-N-Out.
here from Janata's. It has to have a
That's what I'm
drive-through.
talking about.
Here we go. It has to have a drive-through. Let's say it has a drive-through. Now let's move on.
Well, that's why I picked In-N-Out.
Okay.
The burger meatless, animal style, and the fries animal style.
What's a meatless over there? What is that?
It's just lettuce, cheese, and tomato and onions. And
Oh, okay, got it.
Grilled cheese sandwich.
It's a grilled cheese sandwich. With
Oh, so they haven't picked up like Impossible or anything like
no,
that
and I still haven't tried the Carl's Jr. one.
Mm.
I have
Well, it's a
no idea
Beyond Beef
where
burger,
Carl's
so
Jr.
it's
is.
gonna be good.
That's
Right.
amazing.
Mm.
Yeah.
I tried it twice.
Twice.
I tried it twice.
Tried it twice.
Tried it.
So at what point are you done trying it? You're just eating
I don't know,
it.
maybe a 10.
Oh, this is a real. Sorry, everybody looking at him like, don't make. Okay, you change your. She was like, she's really lost in thought here on this fast food question.
I know. This is the deep pondering thought.
I mean, because you know, so here's what's really interesting. We were talking about this. Fast food actually lost a step. Like, whenever they quit doing Happy Meals. Like we were talking, like me and Colby, my roommate, were talking about like how it was a treat to go to a fast food restaurant as a kid because like you got something there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you know, the internet becomes like a thing you can actually do e-commerce on, and they don't need the join part anymore.
Hey, look at this
So-
comment. Hey, Jenna, you're a vegetarian. You've gone from my favorite #1 to #4. That's awesome.
Wait, what is your name? What is yours now?
What do you mean, I'm hold on, let me get back
You're
up.
Lenny.
Yeah, I'm Lenny.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah,
Is it like
Lenny's a
Lenny,
vegetarian.
Lenny Kravitz or Lenny like
No.
Lennon?
Mm-mm.
Like the cute name for.
No, you're like Lenny in like the 1960s, 70s, like.
Fuck all you guys.
That's what the Lenny you are.
Bunch of nerds.
Okay, so fast food. You got yours? Did you get yours?
No.
You still can't get yours?
Well, first of all, everyone was talking, and I'm not allowed to interrupt anymore. And
Why not?
second of all,
Plantivist. It's a plantivist.
I mean, plants are important.
I guess I would say Firehouse Subs.
What is it?
Firehouse Subs.
Okay.
I've never been there. Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. Yeah.
Penn Station. Have you had their? Oh, okay, they have
What is
a
it?
Penn Station. They have it's just a big sandwich, but they have all these grilled vegetables on it, like tons of caramelized onions
Mhm.
and garlic, and then it's covered in some sort of vinegary stuff that's amazing, and then they have these charred French fries that they.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
I think all of the people here on the stream need to be doing lunch with
Lenny
us
from
now
The
because we
Simpsons.
always talked about fuck my life.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Everyone go home.
ever.
We're done. We're
We're
done
done.
streaming.
That is-
This is it.
That's
Oh,
We have
jeez.
This
Yes.
is the end.
Wow.
Everyone go home.
Oh,
We-
snaps.
We need some emotes. in the
Anyways,
chat.
all I'm saying is that we should be doing lunch right now because I'm starving for all of the
I
things we
know.
just talked about.
I was trying to figure out what Survivor is. Like, I'm like, wait, is that the show where the plane crashes, or?
No, that's Lost, I think.
Okay, see, and then when you
Survivor.
said reality TV, I'm
Survivors.
finally like, oh.
Basically, I think the idea here is that we should turn this into a Survivor, and we're gonna have to boot you off.
Yeah, because
Because you're #4 now.
Well, also I'm saying like
See, this is where once we actually have the custom emotes and the Twitch bits, like people could be voting on who their favorite person is, and then we can do a giveaway based on the vote.
Oh, yeah.
So if we have,
So what are we gonna do to make that happen?
we gotta stream more hours. We need all of the people watching right now to follow us on Twitch, and then
So we can get what? Custom bit mode? What?
So we can get custom emotes in chat. So we can actually like take our faces and like have those as votes.
I
And
just want the little crown thing.
And then when people can donate bits, there's an overlay where the bits fall from the sky.
Oh, snaps.
Yeah.
So help us.
How do we do that?
We need to find some. I
We-
really want to interview
more followers and more watch time.
more watch
So we
time.
need to find people on Twitch who want to be interviewed by us or
Yes.
on our show that have an awesome audience.
Yes, all of the above.
So how
Or
do we
just-
find those people?
We need to start following their channels and commenting on them and being in chat like these people.
Oh,
These people are awesome. We need to be more awesome, like our
everything is awesome.
audience.
Ugh.
Did you still haven't said anything yet? Are you still?
I did.
What was your
Firehouse
bar?
subs.
What?
Firehouse subs.
Do they have a drive-through? That doesn't seem
Some
like
of them
it's-
do.
I don't think they
What
would.
about my
consider
house does?
this. Okay, fine. We're gonna let that go. We'll let that go because you took like 4 hours to come up with that one. All I want to know is like, what are we gonna have for lunch right now? Because that's where I need to rejuvenate from
Indian
this
food.
attack on
We
my
already talked
person.
about that.
Huh?
Indian food.
Oh, okay. Indian food.
I was gonna say, like, in a real survivor situation, I feel like I've got the biggest, like, percent of body fat to sustain me the longest, and I can handle the cold, unlike you, so, I mean...
Cold is miserable. Although, I am going to start...
I'm basically 2 meals away from being able to hibernate, so I got that going for me.
So here's what's interesting about this. You know, our topic's
A long uninterrupted nap.
Yeah.
Oh, that part's
Our
good.
topic's rejuvenation, and I
And
would
if
say
anyone
that
wakes me up, I
everything that
can
just
kill
happened
them
here
with
is
a
also
scary
part of
bear.
that.
What?
Yeah. Laughter.
So yeah, like we just went through a whole entire like spiel on just like random topics, and they're all funny and like we had great engagement, and that's all part of rejuvenation. Like if you don't, like part of the benefit of being able to like have the harmony that you're talking about between work life and balance is being able to have moments like this on a regular basis. Like if you don't have to worry so much about the income coming in, and your job doesn't bring stuff like this into your life on a regular basis, you should really reevaluate what you're doing.
I would love to address 2 things with that. Thank you. I love this comment here. I think if you want to truly create team synergy and growth, you need to literally walk a day in each other's shoes.
Yes.
This will take 2 things. Switch job roles for a day, make it random, and number 2, switch shoes. That's pretty funny. Could you just imagine wearing your shoes, which you need to like bust out right now to show what those look like.
What shoes do you have on? Are they cool?
It will humble you and
My
give
feet
you
won't fit in her shoes.
and give you new insight into each other and create growth and appreciation. Fucking love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think honestly though, in this particular team, it
Right.
would take 3 of them to walk in my shoes. So I don't know how that would work out.
That's only because the
I'm just
fact-
joking. No joking. Just joking.
That's only because it takes 3 shoes to count for 1 foot.
Huh?
Your feet are small.
I
Okay.
just promised Scar this morning I was going to be nice to Abe and not flip him off today, so.
What?
Yeah, but I feel rejuvenated when you do that.
Yeah.
Me too. This is causing me stress having to hold.
That's true, so, like-
holding my hands together causing me stress.
So this is perfect, right? Little rejuvenation that has happened just by having some really great questions and a really great interaction with those on Twitch. So in this particular case, and also on Facebook, for
Yeah.
those who are on Facebook. So I like.
Wedges really aren't that bad. They're pretty comfortable.
They are.
So let me think here. Go back to what you said. I think generally you were saying like having moments like this is really important, right?
Yeah.
So I understand we're not in an ER where dead people, like people that are about to die, are coming in and it's a really high stress environment, but we do get stressed out. And I think
Mostly me.
No, mostly him, and then he causes.
It is a chain, which is also
walk
the-
in my shoes and then you would also.
I bet they're more
Thank you for the
comfortable.
insight there. Anyways, that said,
Friendly
I
AF.
think what's really important is to remind ourselves that we don't control the outcome.
Right.
And that's what I try to remind myself too. So we can only control our actions.
That's quitter thinking. I can control anything if I try hard enough.
And she's biting her lips off while she's saying that, by the way. Her jaw's like flexing. So I think that's really important too, is that helps to alleviate the stress, knowing that it's outside of your control and that there are other forces at work that help make things happen and cause things to happen.
Well, as the manager of a Starbucks, I feel like my general day-to-day pressures and stress are probably higher than yours as a part-time personal trainer / pizza delivery guy.
Hey, I'm a psychology student, so I understand like all the shit going on in your
Well,
brain.
that means there's something seriously wrong with you because nobody starts studying psychology if they are not trying to figure out what is wrong with them.
You know, that is
That's
a
very
good
true.
point.
Find me one psychology student who's totally normal, and I will give you $1
No.
bazillion. 'Cause
They're all
retarded.
jacked
I mean,
up and broken.
I'm definitely the luckiest person because I work as in a record store, and vinyl took off like a couple years ago, so everything's great.
Yeah.
I am selling overpriced plastic.
Not
I
overpriced.
just bought overpriced plastic.
In a
At
lot of
garage sale.
cases, the new music coming out on vinyl does not deserve to be there. But that's
Yeah.
what people pay $40 for.
So we had a big garage sale this weekend, and one of my neighbors, he's in his 60s, maybe early 70s, but he had boxes of, or a big box of, what era is that? Abe of music?
The one that you got it? Oh, it's, I
Like-
mean, could be pretty old because it goes all the way down to Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
And then went up to the Commodores, which is like,
So yeah, that whole time period, he had a
So huge time
box of these original.
Ooh. So
Yes.
was it all Motown or was it just like?
There's a
collection?
mixture,
Yeah.
but for sure. And so I got 3 or 4 of them.
Only 3 or 4.
He has, well, he hasn't sold them all. I can buy all of them if I went, but he's selling them for $8 to $10
Oh,
each.
so all of them for $8 to $10. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
oh my God, we have.
well, each record,
Australia.
each vinyl, $8
So
to $10.
badass.
So I mean,
Yeah.
but some of them are like hardly even. Like the package was perfect. Like he never even
Oh.
took them out.
Oh yeah, no, those you should buy anyone that's still in the package and figure out the value.
Yeah, go back.
Because you're talking like depending on the time and the pressing, those could be worth like $150 to $200.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I just need to buy the box.
Yeah, and especially if they're still in the wrap in the package.
Oh yeah, most of them were.
Yeah, there was a first pressing of the Beatles that had on sale at a record store in Arlington, and they wanted like $1,100 for it, and then when you looked at its value online for that pressing, it was like $4,500.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
I still don't
we're sending
understand.
Janica back
And,
right
and
now.
it was in a box, like it was the box that the whole set came in because it was the first 4 records.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'll have to look.
Well, we had this thing that showed up on Facebook recently. It was like 75 comic books. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was like 75 comic books for $50 or 50 comic books for 75, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were debating whether we should get it. Teens you didn't know we were going to get that for Issa, our 4-year-old, and of course, naturally, it was gone. And Steven immediately wrote back, like, immediately go get that.
Yeah,
That
yeah. I
sucks.
was
Like each of those you can sell for at least $1, if not way more. You'll make your money up anyways if you wanted. So things like that, I think you just snatch up. Good priced antique stuff.
like collecting can be a business, but the thing is, it is a slow burn. So you have to like be constantly part of it.
Say that one more time.
It's a slow burn, so you have to constantly be part of it and like be active in it to then like make it happen. So my mom's oldest sister, has been a collector her entire life. So she started
Sure.
with vinyl in the 70s, like beginning of the 80s. And then she moved into figurines for Star Wars and Star Trek. So at one point, she was the largest like collector dealer in this area for those things, like $4 or $5 million Star Wars collection, 1998. Right, so this is the heyday of like next generation. She has signed like Picard's figures signed by
Yeah.
him, like all those things.
Wow.
So, but she was constantly going to shows and picking up new pieces and like going to the different conventions and stuff. So then she like sold that entire collection and got into a different collecting thing. So collecting is just her thing. Her newest one is Blinko glass, and there's this company. So you remember in the 70s, like
No,
multicolored
because I
glass
wasn't
pieces?
alive.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
If you've ever seen like movies that depict like classic 70s
Fuck.
house,
Yeah.
like with the plastic on the couch and stuff, there's all these multicolored glass pieces in the background.
Oh yeah.
You go into any mid-century modern store, they're gonna have all those. That's Blinko glass.
Well,
Okay.
there you go,
There's-
smart ass. Now
There is
you
a
remember.
massive amount.
No, I'm
of
looking at it on the
collecting.
internet because I'm
And-
still
and
not
you
born
know
in the
what?
70s.
And
Yeah, someone should throw the link in chat. But yeah, basically, there's a massive collecting group around it, and
Go.
I mean, it's millions of dollars. Like the Perot family has a massive collection of this
Oh
stuff.
yeah. I probably have some of this crap.
Yep. So she goes and collects it, and there's specific stamps that do like the years and stuff. And like I remember she was showing me like her entire apartment was like this museum for it. There was like 4,000 pieces in there. Because she doesn't
Yeah.
have kids, so this is just easy. So
Yeah.
one of her shelves, I think, was worth like $300K.
Whoa.
Just blue. It was just the blue shelf.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I don't, but the thing is, you're like, okay, you've amassed all this, like, what do you do with it? And I don't know what her plan is to do with it. She just is a collector. But at the same time, when she's like, we need to figure out where $50,000 is coming from, let's sell all those things.
So my mother-in-law's a collector of stuff, and she collected probably every Beanie Baby ever with the thought that somebody would be of value. There's boxes of those things everywhere.
She just needs to wait 30 more years, and then it will be a thing.
Whoa.
Like,
I don't.
Well, what are you saying, that they're not valuable now? Is that what you're
I
saying?
don't know.
I mean, there was definitely a peak on Beanie Babies.
For sure.
And
20 years ago?
there
Yeah, that's what
might
I'm
be a
thinking.
collecting community.
Let me hop on eBay right now
Like
to
some
see.
of them are still pristine in the little thing, and she probably has hundreds of them. But she's always collected, and she has some, like she collected Thomas Kincaid's for a while. She collected.
So I see one that says extremely rare. Bid price starts at $15. Thai Beanie Baby Claude the Crab, mint
Oh, she
condition,
has that
$500 or best offer, and some are 16. Then you have Thai Beanie Baby super rare, something
So
six,
how do you know it's super rare?
400. So I think what's interesting in the tie-in here for me is that I think like that's a hobby, right? But I think in some cases that's where, people also get a chance to rejuvenate themselves is in diverting their attention to those type of things.
Yeah.
So I know that's what we have under fun, right? Hobbies, collecting, or understanding different spaces that are obviously outside of your work in your
Right.
normal day-to-day life, but it's really fascinating.
Well, I consider sometimes when I get it to do creative work in the office, that's rejuvenating to me. When we get to sit and like really brainstorm
Brainstorm.
about ideas and new things,
Yeah.
that's totally rejuvenating to me. Like it inspires me.
I honestly was thinking about it. Like, I actually get kind of stressed out about the idea of collecting things because clutter tends to.
Everybody thinks you're
Yeah.
beautiful, Jannica.
Well, obviously.
You know what I mean?
Why do you think I picked this seat so I could look at you all day?
Jannica is beautiful, and she's really extremely smart.
All right, let's go back to the other conversation.
And she'll blush.
But I think
And
it's
Jeff.
my trauma of moving around so much is all your shit gets packed up in a box and you have to cart it around. So like having a bunch of collectibles was just like, it took me way longer to pack my room. When I was
See,
packing
this is why I've always had this idea that, and I remember I suggested this to Smiley at one point. I was like, you should make a museum out of this.
Yeah.
Because the effort and the time and the money that's taken into storing and packing and taking care of all this, if you put it into a space that like that effort is then being monetized by people that also have the same interest coming around it, then it becomes multi-use asset as opposed to just like the store value.
Not to mention it's now it's a business write-off,
And now it's business write-off.
and now all the collecting that would have gone into it, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
absolutely makes a huge deal of difference. I like this one. See, like digital collecting removes the stress of clutter, and so what I've actually done in a different form is I've digitized a lot of the things that I had growing up. So any kind of memorabilia or whatever I had that I just wanted to keep. So in my case, there were some wrestling trophies or whatnot. I just took a bunch of really nice photos and then got rid of them. And I got rid of a lot of stuff like that.
That's what I was doing over the last few months is we're getting rid of everything to remodel and do the garage sale. Oh my gosh, we had probably 150 picture frames that had been in boxes full of pictures of the kids. So I just took pictures of them and gave them away.
Yeah. No, that's really awesome.
But a lot of figurines, like and vases, like really odd shaped vases that my grandma collected and my great grandma or my nana, they collected. And so I have like, I don't know, some of them might be of value. I don't know. Some could be from the 20s. I have no idea. But there's just a few I kept because I thought they were really cool, and the rest, got rid of. But I think my mom went through this where she's been going through and getting rid of all of her stuff, and all the things that we collect in the sense of we think it's either going to be of value someday, or it was given down to us so it's sentimental, and it just turns into storage, and then more storage, and then it's like just weighs on you. And
That's why Marie condoed my house.
Yes.
And I'm so
Is this
happy.
she got rid of everything, and now she's
Is it
awesome.
sparking joy?
Well, now it is because it's all gone.
It took a little.
What I have
it
in my
took a
house.
very brilliant small Japanese woman to get the Americans to stop collecting so much junk.
We'll see
God bless her.
We'll see if it sticks.
Of course it's not going to stick. It has to be a habit, though.
Well, I was gonna say.
We have to actually really have felt it and meant it when you started it in the first place.
I was
If you do
gonna
it because
say-
it's trendy, absolutely, your house will be full of crap and like, you know,
Yes.
after the holidays.
Good cleaning.
Sorry, I love this comment. Here's a bit of an irony. I went to many garage sales in my life. I'm 37 now. However, no one has ever been selling the garage, and I find that troublesome endlessly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like imagine showing up and
Oh
be
my
like,
God.
so your garage is awesome. How much? And someone's like, what? No, it's the stuff. And they're like, but it says garage sale.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
And
Well,
this
we
one's
did a
another one.
driveway sale, so
But here's what's funny. The term changes depending on the price or the value of the stuff.
Yeah,
So like
you have an
if
estate.
if you have really expensive stuff, then it's an estate sale.
yes.
Which then is misleading because then I would show up with a couple $1,000,000 and be like, and so I love your property. I would love to. And they're like, no, I'm not selling it. But you're in Highland Park. What do you mean you're not selling your estate?
No, we're selling those
Yeah.
utensils.
You're like, oh no, this is just the China. Oh.
Oh my gosh, okay, yes, using the bathroom as a form of rejuvenation. So I hide in the bathroom some days when there's children, lots of children talking and running around the house and asking questions. Like,
Okay, I
think-
only have dogs in my house, and they still come in and sit and look at me.
Here.
To be fair, I think it's because like when we take them for walks, I'm like watching them, like ready to like clean up. So I think they just think that's what you do when people go to the bathroom, and you just stare at them until they're done.
Legitimately, though, they did a study. It was either Amazon or some other major company, and they did a study about how much productivity is lost via bathroom breaks.
A lot.
And then they compared it to smoke breaks, and it's actually less. Smoke
Really?
breaks are actually less destructive to a company than bathroom breaks. But then they did an experiment where they changed some of the management styles and gave people the ability to just do whatever they needed to whenever, and it all dropped. So it was the more controlling the manager, the more people got away by taking the break.
Exactly, because you need to decompress.
Why are you looking at me? He's like, the more control the
Who
manager,
else
he's
is
looking
he gonna
straight
look
at me.
at?
No, you were just right there. Like, I don't consider you the manager.
He's not me. I mean, he's not going to deliberately single you out.
No, when I do that, you'll know it. It's not an accident.
No, it's not.
I'll
I've been
be
on the
like-
receiving end of
When
Steven's,
Abe makes people, yeah.
Steven's
When Lenny,
candor.
be cool, man. When Lenny,
When
Oh,
Lenny,
yeah, with Lenny, right.
I want to let you know, if I was a pizza driver, I would fucking kill it. I'm just saying.
You would eat it all.
No, well, sort of.
How can you sit there with the pizza
I would
smelling
deliver great
so
service. I would
good?
get some good tips.
You'd give them the empty box.
I would die in that job. I actually worked pizza. That was my first official job when I was 15
Was it
years old.
really?
Yep, I worked at CC's.
That does not count as pizza either.
Whatever. Anyways, it's called CC Pizza. I worked there when I was 15 years old, and yeah, it was awesome. I think I started right before I turned 15, but they let me work. I don't remember. It was in the summertime.
Fun fact about CC's, or at least that's what they told us. I don't know if it's true. Wait, did you work at the CC's that was over off of?
Bowen.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 stories about that place. One, we decided to impromptu take 2 of our study halls. one
Okay,
day.
starting over. It wasn't on Bowen at the time. It was on Park Row
Yeah.
by
And then
close
it
to
moved.
Pantego Christian Academy or
Yep.
something. And then it went over there. But I wasn't at the Bowen one. I was on the Park Row one. Keep on going.
Yeah, so anyway, that CC's that's over there, we packed like our 2 study halls into one guy's van, and then drove over to the CC's to just because we wanted
Pillage
to
and
do-
plunder it.
Basically, and there was like 37 kids packed into this minivan.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
$5 a pop, all you can eat. You guys destroyed it.
Well, we tried, but then we asked the manager like, how much pizza do we have to eat individually to bankrupt to make you guys start losing money? He told us it was 87 slices,
Oh my gosh.
and we had one kid try.
Ew.
Yeah, he got to 50, and it was not pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50 slices of pizza?
87 each.
Holy
Yeah, 87
smokes.
slices each.
CC's Pizza does not agree with my system.
Yeah.
It's like
It's not
Chuck E.
pizza.
Cheese, yeah.
I don't even think it's real cheese.
No, I
It
think
is
that's
real
the
cheese.
problem.
I worked there. It was real cheese.
I don't believe
I saw
it.
the bags.
The bags, which are not probably filled with real cheese.
I don't think
It's just
anything
a
is real
bag of
cheese.
It
stuff.
probably says real cheese on the bag, but the real is in quotation marks. Real cheese.
Look,
REEL.
look, y'all.
Anyway, so
MREs haven't killed anybody yet, so neither will CC's Pizza.
I don't know.
Okay.
Every time I go afterwards, I'm like, why? Why? It was so not worth it.
oh my God, this is
$75.
awesome. He goes, on a serious note, there is a restaurant somewhere that offers a service to relieve stress. And I was kind of concerned where this comment was going
Me
after this.
too.
But anyways, but we're good.
I'm glad we all are like, maybe don't read it out loud.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was
no,
like,
you're
hey,
good. Read it. Yeah.
for paying the fee, you get to go back to an area, and I was like, okay, here we go. And smash plates, and such upon
I got to smash
upon
and
a
was
wall.
like,
It's a way that they're
okay.
saying, yeah, it helps release stress.
That sounds
There's a
fun.
place in Denton that you can do that. It's not a restaurant, but like literally you just can smash like stuff. Like, yeah, I need to find
I
it. 'cause
should
that was
take
actually
the
really
kids
cool.
there. They
It's
would
a
love
lot of
that.
fun. What's it called? So, yeah, rejuvenation. A lot of times I think coming here to work is rejuvenating. And I get to like not drive to and from work anymore, and that's like built-in rejuvenation time. Because like I get home and I'm not all like strung out from being on the highway for an hour and a half. So I'm nice and I do stuff. It's great.
This is so funny. As a form of rejuvenation, one time I decided to make myself laugh by going to McDonald's, and at the ordering board thing, I took everything off my burger except the sauce and paid like $1 for ketchup packets.
That's a hack. That is a straight.
Is it?
That is. Wow.
Well, I mean, actually, that could be your new thing, like going to restaurants and see how you can jack with the system.
Oh my God.
So that ultimately they just served them bread with salsa.
you just have to make sure you go to places that you don't want to return to, because restaurant employees have amazing memories and they remember
Yeah,
that
but
guy.
extremely high turnover. So
This is very true. That's why I said places you don't usually go to and give it about 6 months in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good point.
Oh my gosh.
it's called
This was
the
awesome. This was a very rejuvenating topic for me. I fully enjoyed it. I also think I'm extremely hungry right now, so if we go right from here to lunch, that would be great.
Yes.
And if we can hit pizza at some point, somewhere,
Yeah, pizza.
of a place of your caliber, Pizza Snob.
Is that what we're doing today now?
I don't know, I'm just saying. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. That was extremely fun.
That was my favorite one so far.
It's because lots of people talk to us.
Yes, and some really awesome ones.
Plus, everyone thinks we're hot, so I got that going for us.
Girl 187, you killed it. Ace Platinum, Jonatas.
Bread.
Thank you guys so much.
Everyone watching on Facebook.
Yes, of course. So everybody watching on Facebook, know that we are streaming live on Twitch almost every day. We have some travel coming up, so we're trying to figure out how this can work while we're on travel as best as we can. If not, we're definitely going to be back 100% in May, I think May 6th or 7th.
I think we can do it on.
We're going to try to figure it
We'll
out.
just do it at different times. Or
Yeah,
figure it out.
we're trying to figure some stuff out. So, I got to read this thing here. Hold on. Okay, I was once bored and growing
Oh, Rey
up.
Mysterio.
And growing up, I was a huge wrestling fan, so I bought an expensive Rey Mysterio mask. I decided to cure my boredom by driving around my local mall. So I wish every woman I saw to have a great day, and any guy I saw, I told them they are a great person. This caused the police station across the street to send 7 cop cars after me.
Okay, so my version of that was me and my brother used to go to the Gap store.
This is awesome.
In the Parks Mall, and they had these 2 places that were technically load-bearing like glass pillars, but they were empty in the middle. So we would walk in, get like 2 or 3 things off the rack, and then go stand in these blank spaces right next to the entryway with sunglasses on and play mannequin. We did it on a regular basis. So then the management finally was like, "You guys can't come in here if you're going to do that shit," because they were worried, obviously. Because they're like, if they decide to run out the door, the fuck are we gonna do? But the people's reaction, because this was about the same time we started Dreads, so we both have similar looks.
Yeah,
So
you and your
they're
brother,
like-
100%.
They're like, wait, is this a twins thing? Like someone playing a joke on us? And then of course, live mannequin.
So do we need Discord?
We might.
I have Discord.
We might move to a Discord at some point. It's Slack for gamers.
Yeah.
So just for the record, Steven is kind of our producer mind here.
He's our resident geek.
It's
Yes, and that too.
big
And
record store thing.
so if Steven decides it's okay for us to be on Discord, then I'm sure we'll be on Discord.
Yeah. So.
Why would we do Discord though? What would be the advantage?
Well,
or the
because
benefit?
it's a conversational piece. Like basically, Discord is the Twitch chat
Right.
continued. So there
So we
could
would
be some
just
value
keep
there.
talking.
Yeah, but I can't talk to people. I already have to talk to people at work.
I can tell you tips about Discord.
There you go.
You
Says
can
we
help
need.
us?
That's the second vote for you need a Discord.
So Scarlett says she'll give us tips on how to use Discord.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
So
So I think there will be a Discord coming at some point. Tune in next time to see if we start a Discord.
Tune in next time until we remember to check on that.
These are so funny. I got to keep on reading this. One time, I was stopped at Roadworks, and the traffic control person told to switch lanes when told to go on. So I turned and switched and started going on the Roadworks, and suddenly the Roadworks people are like, "Whoa, move, idiot!" When I was literally told to switch lanes.
Someone did not communicate.
Should have been using Discord.
This is called. What kind of disobedience is this called?
Well, that wasn't civil disobedience. That was just like incompetence of the person that was directing everyone.
But nonetheless, it's also like I understand. You literally told me this. This is exactly what I'm going to do, and thus it creates a problem.
Right.
So it is civil disobedience.
I'm following this to the letter, and I know this is probably a dumbass idea, but you told me to do it, so.
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
since we're old.
You're grounded.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
so
these old people figured out some cool shit. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I know.
We're I think one of the only business channels, if not the only business channel, playing on Twitch.
this is true.
We figured that out on our own.
We just
our
can't.
own.
We can't turn into Hello Fellow Kids. Okay.
Hello
there's,
what?
There's a subreddit called Hello Fellow Kids, and it's basically old people misusing memes. It's hilarious,
Oh, Grant was telling me about this.
but it's definitely like that's.
I'm sure he wasn't just accusing you of doing it.
He was. It had to do with the minions, and I couldn't understand what he was talking about.
These are so funny. We should have a whole episode of like stupid shit we did when we were young.
Yes. Yes.
Why
This
do
one-
we have to limit it to when we were young? I think we do stupider shit.
Well,
now.
right now we're probably still within statutory time limits for getting arrested for those things, possibly.
I didn't do stupid shit like that.
I never did. Oh, never.
Oh,
mind.
now all of a sudden they're like, no. Let's talk about the old ones. Let's talk about the old ones.
Well, I was about to say I never did anything that I could get arrested for, and then I was like, well, that's a lie.
Last week.
I'm
So-
not here.
So everybody, our links are thekineticexperience.com. We have, especially on the Twitch channel, there's all these different links that we have shown there. So our personal links on our, personal bios on our website. We also have our Instagram accounts, our YouTube channel. That's where we are going to start posting. I think actually today or tomorrow, snippets out of these live videos that we've been doing now. I think this is like number 14 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And recaps.
And recaps. And also we have our Becoming Da Vinci show, which is the show that Jannica and I do, which is around covering the life of Leonardo da Vinci. But actually it's more like covering the traits of Leonardo da Vinci as it relates to people that are changing the world now. So
Yes.
innovation, creativity,
And where are we going to
Milan.
highlight him?
Florence, and Vinci, where he was
Yes.
born. So
Yes.
that little part of Italy.
Yes. And
We
hopefully,
hope to be reporting from there soon.
yeah, hopefully we get to stream from there.
What'd you say?
We will.
Said hopefully we get to stream from there.
Yes.
Absolutely. That would be amazing. If we can figure out the tech from there, we can
Yeah.
make that happen. So thank everybody for tuning in. Check us out on our website.
Abe's in a big hurry to go eat pizza, apparently. Normally he just keeps talking and talking and talking.
Abe's not going to be able to fit into that little Italian Speedo.
Are we going to
That's
stream
true.
that?
You do have to dress like a European. You can't do the American thing.
That means I got to dress up really nice.
Right, but also on the beach.
Why?
I mean, that's just when in Rome.
When in Rome? Literally, when in Rome.
Okay.
my
Another
God.
benefit to Discord is voice channels if you want another layer of engagement.
Yeah, it has voice.
So Ace Platinum with the Aussie accent, I feel like if you're a part of the show, if you're part of our Discord channel, we definitely need to get that going.
Yeah.
Because the Aussie accent's epic.
Yeah.
I wonder what an Aussie accent sounds
And
like to
then
an Aussie.
we should be able to pipe some of the Discord, because Discord has a video calling feature. That might be actually easy.
Hi right now. What?
Huh. We're gonna play around and see if Discord can be a replacement for somewhere.
Okay, I think we got the resident geek on board with the Discord channel.
Well,
Good job, guys.
I'm part of like 7 of them, so.
And okay, just in case anyone else missed it, Abe just said, I wonder what an Aussie accent sounds like to an Australian.
It's a legit question.
If you're
I wonder-
high.
Yeah, no, that's.
I wonder what, like, I wonder if Australian accents sounds like American accents if you're an Australian.
Hey, Just because you got purple hair doesn't make you cool now.
We're totally gonna clip that one. That
I
has to be clipped.
am cool. It doesn't matter what. I got grown up that way.
All right. So, signing off, this is Abe Nadimi.
Jannica Morton.
This is Emily Francis.
And Stephen Ellis.
Bye.
Bye. That was awesome.